Hey, Justin Sean.
Justin,
Nice to meet you.
You too, bud.
Justin Dias with Dias Concrete Fencing. This is James. What's up, James? Say hi. Check this out. This is concrete fence. Concrete, like
Solid.
that is solid. Like there's no flex in that at all. So tell us about this fence. You built this how many years ago?
About 3 years ago.
About 3 years ago they built this fence. It is very straight.
Yep.
Looking out there, look at that shot. So what makes your concrete fence a little bit different than what else is out in the market?
So what we do is whenever we mix our concrete, we use like a 5,500 psi, so it cures
So
about
it's really-
7,000 psi.
Ooh, that's some hard concrete.
It's hard, and we use fiberglass rebar and everything,
Yep,
so we don't have to worry about steel rusting.
rusting out.
Yep.
I've
And
seen that
then-
with concrete fence with steel rusting out, yes.
Yeah, and busting it.
Yep.
So we use also a structural fiber in the mix.
So fiber and fiberglass
Rebar.
reinforcement like rebar,
Rebar.
and it cures at like 7,000 psi.
Yep.
So I saw a picture where you drove a tractor over this rail,
Yeah.
and it was like blocked up. You had both wheels on the tractor.
Right.
Like, what size tractor was that? It looked pretty
That's
good
a
size.
111 horsepower tractor. I'd probably say it weighs about 20,000 pounds.
20,000 pounds.
Extremely heavy.
So this will probably hold in Buffalo.
Yeah, it should.
So tell us about the fence. How heavy are the rails?
The rails weigh 100 pounds a piece,
100 pounds.
and the posts weigh about 130.
130. So this is not, when I think about installation, this is probably difficult to put in the ground. Like that,
It's really not bad. It's pretty simple.
one guy can move that post around, or
Oh yeah, I can set that.
you can set that by yourself. Man, I think of vinyl posts or aluminum posts, they weigh like 5 pounds.
Yeah, yeah. We're doing a job up in Blue Ridge, Georgia. So we're doing about 6,000 feet up there. My guys, I got a 3-man crew on it. They've set
3 men, 6,000 feet.
They've set every post on the job.
So how long would that take you guys to do 6,000 feet of 3-rail like this?
We can usually do about 300 foot a day.
Woo!
Yeah.
And when you say, so you're, I could ask, you wet setting everything, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you're wet setting everything, you set the post one day, and you put rails the next day?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. We usually set the post on the whole entire job.
Oh.
And then come back, put the rails in, and then we stamp.
How do you control your heights?
Pull a string across the top.
String across the top.
Yeah.
Okay, and how do you keep the post from sinking in the wet concrete?
Well, they never do it. We've never had an issue unless we,
Like while you're
Like-
setting it, like while you're setting the pole, how do you get the height right, the 130-pound post?
so we usually dig a couple inches deeper.
Yep.
And then we get them in there.
Yep.
And then we just keep bumping it up.
And the concrete goes underneath
Yep,
it,
and
and it
holds
holds
it in
itself
place.
up?
Yep.
I'll be darned.
It's really not as bad as what you think.
What size footers are you guys using?
We use like a 12-inch auger.
Yep.
And then set it around.
And then how deep are they?
About 2 foot in the ground.
That's it, huh? You guys have frost heave here? No frost heave in this area. We're too far south for that.
I don't even know what that is.
Well then, yeah, you definitely don't have it. So in the middle part of the country and then further north, you have the ground, the moisture in the ground freezes in the winter.
Oh, yeah.
And then
yeah.
it expands, and then it pushes that concrete slug right out of the ground.
Really?
Oh, it's awful.
No,
So,
we've never had nothing.
yeah, we're too far. Keep forgetting where we're at. We're south right now. Right?
Yeah, we
We're
like the
trucking
heat.
down towards Florida. So,
We don't like cold weather.
yeah, no, cold weather can cause havoc on it. So, for some people in the Midwest and further north, they'll probably have to have a deeper footer.
Yeah.
Maybe you have to have a deeper post because it might sink if it's sitting on a foot of concrete.
Yeah.
Right,
So we
potentially.
make these 6 foot long. I mean, we can pour any length posts that you want. But they're 6 foot long. We put them 2 foot in the ground.
So that's kind of what's unique about your system is that a lot of the concrete systems, I've done some concrete fence before, shipping is outrageous, is heavy,
Yeah.
right? You might have a unique situation where you can put multiple batch plants around the country and
Oh, yeah.
supply, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's kind of the idea. Cut out the shipping and just do it right there. I mean, could a guy actually do it at his own shop
Yeah.
if he had, I guess, he bought the molds and whatnot potentially?
We are actually making our own now.
You're making your own molds?
Yes.
Okay. And
They're
in-house?
very hard to get, and they usually come from overseas, so the
Yep.
shipping to get them is insane.
Yep.
So if I can take that shipping money and put it into
Yep.
making my own molds.
So you're working on that now? That's
yes.
happening?
Yes.
Wow. How soon before people can invest into that and have molds?
I would say probably 6 months.
All right, good deal. That's awesome. What other styles do you have besides for the 3-rail?
We do a 2-rail, 3-rail, and a 4.
Okay.
Yep.
No privacy yet?
No, we can.
It's something you're thinking about.
Yeah, absolutely.
Really? So what do you think that would look like? How heavy would that panel be? 1,000 pounds?
They're usually about 6 foot long.
Okay.
By about 2 foot high.
You just stack them.
They just stack. Yeah.
That makes sense.
You have a 6 foot privacy fence. Now you do have to pour footers for the beams that go into place.
So the posts, right? Almost like a H-beam, you slide
That's
those
right.
down.
Yep.
Because I did a 6 foot tall privacy one time, and we had it shipped in. It was a lot of money in
Oh,
shipping.
I imagine.
Oh my goodness.
Where did you do it at?
We did in Evansville, Indiana. We had about 3,000 foot of 6 foot tall privacy in Evansville. I forget where we got it shipped in from.
Probably out west.
Potentially, but it was heavy, heavy, heavy. We had an excavator to drop the panels in,
Yeah.
and it was very difficult to keep the post. And looking back now, years later, the fence posts have moved some, and those had 3 foot deep footers.
Really?
Probably even be bigger now. Like
Right.
if I do it again, I probably go 4 feet deep.
Yeah.
Just because it's starting to move.
Did y'all
It's a lot
use
of weight.
metal beams?
They were concrete posts,
Yeah.
like a shape of an H, but I think they had steel inside them of some sort.
Yeah.
Right, it wasn't
Yeah,
just
they had
concrete.
to.
Yeah, not just concrete.
Yeah.
But the posts were so heavy, one guy couldn't pick them up. He had to use a crane for, I think at a Bobcat or something to lift the post up. It's just
That was an
easy.
expensive job.
Yeah, yeah. It was actually for the projects.
Yeah.
They tore up the vinyl fence that I sold to them the previous 10 years prior to that. It's just a bad neighborhood. Kids just destroyed it.
Yeah.
So the city paid for concrete wall.
That's awesome.
It's holding up well, then the footings are moving, and then when that moves inside that H, it becomes kind of like unsecure, right? If that panel starts to move out of that H, it's only an 1 3/4 inches in there.
Right.
Not much.
Yeah.
Enough to hold it, but it will come out.
Yeah.
Take a look at this fencer, Dylan. Show them how this thing looks. It looks slick. So you had to paint it, right?
We stain it.
You stain it with a concrete stain. This is a stain. Is that pretty easy to do?
It's extremely simple. We spray it all on after it's installed.
Okay.
And yeah, it's a simple process.
Is it expensive to stain it?
No.
And then how many years they expect that stain will last?
Sherwin-Williams said close to about 10 to 15 years.
10 to 15 years. This is 3 years old. It looks like it was just stained.
Right.
I mean, it looks really good. Really good. And I'm shocked at how straight everything is with it. As heavy of a fence as it is, you would think the weight itself would kind of push it into the ground and move it.
That up there close to the building, when we dug those holes,
Yeah.
the holes filled up with water.
Yeah.
And I said, man, whenever we come back tomorrow, they're not going to be set. And we come back and they were solid.
That's crazy.
Yep.
I mean, that it's holding up so well. It's so straight, both directions. Everything looks fantastic. So how do people get a hold of you if they want to buy this product?
They can either look us up online,
What's the website?
website, DiasConcreteFencing.com,
DiasConcreteFencing.com.
or on Facebook,
Facebook, or they got the phone number here.
Instagram, everywhere.
Instagram, everywhere. They'll ship it. There it is, guys. Made a little pit stop on our way to Baldwin County and come check out this cool product. I'm excited to get our hands on some of this ourselves. I'd like to bring it back to Evansville, Indiana, but this guy's doing some cool stuff. Check him out.